All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, buddy. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Happy that it's Friday and that we are, getting into a beautiful weekend. Starting off with Father's Day being this weekend, so looking forward to that. And
Speaking of Father's Day, we're about to have a new BBT member this morning, supposedly.
oh, we are looking forward to that, man. Oh, that's right.
Little Ryan and his wife are supposed to have their baby today.
That's right. That's right. How can I forget? So brand new father, right for Father's Day. So looking forward to that, man. Hopefully everything goes well. And can't wait to see pictures. Um, all right, guys. Good morning, everyone. Let's get to it. We have a pretty interesting morning right now. A lot going on. A lot looking great so far. Let's get into some of the stuff we have on our gappers list. So at the moment, tons of stuff in the green right now with the markets just slightly up. Not killing it, but again, as we've been seeing these stocks, the usual suspects here, guys. These travel companies just really taking over the gappers list as usual, following suit. So right now, a lot of stuff in the green. We'll get over the top fives and see what's happening there. And we only have one in the red this morning, which is work down 2.5. So we'll get into that in a couple of minutes. But first, Norm, take us into the market pulse and see what's going on there, the latest and greatest.
Yeah, SPY's up roughly 1%. Pretty much, it looks pretty broad. Just about everything's kind of rising. A lot of these are also reopening stocks, whether it's travel, entertainment, stuff along that lines, retail. And oil because of potential demand coming back up. So that's kind of brought up across the board. Not a whole lot of economic data, not really anything important I'm seeing today too much. A few few Fed presidents will be speaking today at various times. I don't see a huge impact from that, especially after Jerome Powell already testified this week. Today is quadruple witching, so keep an eye on that. That means futures and options will be expiring today and can cause some kind of crazy moves, especially later in the day. Just keep an eye out for that. And that's what we got, buddy.
All right, excellent, man. Thank you for that. All right, guys, let's get into this gappers list quite a bit on here. And leading the way, obviously, we have U UONE. You won here. I mean, this
This
thing,
thing.
yeah, exactly. Um, Guys, I mean, it is fun to watch. I gotta tell you, I've been watching it. I've been seeing people how they trade on Twitter and making a killing and doing so well on it. But again, it's just the amount of risk. I was watching this earlier. We are in the chat room early today. By the way, we opened our chat room at 7:30 for those our new members that might be joining our chat room now. 7:30, we're open up and we're already starting to talk about the week, the day, and get ready for the pre-market. Look at this thing here, guys. I mean, just incredible what it has done. It's just in a matter of a couple of minutes on here. This candle was insane. I mean, it just really just popped up, and we're talking about 37 going all the way to 45. I mean, you just want to be very careful when you see something moving like this. Today, no different, up 90%, 1 million shares. This is definitely one that's active. I'm going to put it on my
This
list.
was a dollar.
Yes.
This was a dollar last week.
Yeah, exactly. It's scary.
It's 900,000 shares. There's no news other than it's a black-owned company. It's just unreal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when numbers start coming out, I mean, what's going to happen? I get the reason why they're doing this, and all good for the company. I love it, but fundamentals,
Yeah,
what's going to happen, right? Aside from that,
yeah.
no matter what kind of company it is, guys, you have to see the way this thing trades. I believe it was yesterday, at the was it at the open? It would look like a great breakup pattern. I want to see if I could find exactly where it happened. I believe it was somewhere in here. I don't remember, but it just dropped down like $5 and it halted. So imagine, regardless of you having a stop and hard stop and whatever the case may be, and max loss with your broker, when this happens, you will get basically caught on something like this. You will get screwed. There's no way around it. So sometimes it's not worth the risk. I believe it was here, but don't quote me. But I was watching, like, oh my God, this thing is incredible. Imagine anybody taking it long here thinking, oh, it's consolidated, it's going to go higher, break the high of the day, and you get caught with something like this, right? Again,
Yeah.
just the amount of risk is too much sometimes. Just be very, very careful. All right, with that said, guys, I'm putting it here for entertainment purposes only. Let's move down to the next one. The next one here, same thing. Owen 1K as well. Another class probably division out of the same stock, also active, but for the
Yep.
most part, U1 is the one that's really got the volume, really got the nice pre-market action and stuff like that. So that's the one to have if you're looking to trade or watch this stock. Next one we have is Imrn, and this morning they are up 48%. Not a whole lot of great pre-market action right now. We do have some good volume, 45,000. The float on this is 3.5. Also a very low float. By the way, talking about float, U1 is 920,000, not even in the millions. So again, just so low. So this one here, guys, not looking all that great. The daily also looks horrible. It's had a run up in the past before, did very well there, but for the most part, not one that not the type of stock that we're just looking to trade. And if you see our style of trading, and then for especially for those that are new, and even as a reminder for those that have been here for a long time, the way we trade, we stick to mid to large flow stocks, and you can make some really decent money out of those stocks without risking, your capital, your entire account, right? That's the key here. Be able to survive and keep that capital to keep trading. Here's CARV. This one is 3.7 million shares right now, guys. So this one is I'm sorry, that's the float. So another low flow stock, 432. This is another one I saw that has been popping up pretty good. I have not touched this one neither, but I've been watching it. So it's been fun to watch and to see the breakouts. We saw one yesterday as well into the close. Look how beautiful this thing took off. But again, just one that you want to be very careful with. I'll put it down here also because I know it's a hot one. People have been watching it pretty closely. ALPN, guys, another one on here. This one right now up 12%. Also another low flow stocks. Again, we got a lot of low flow stocks up here this morning. This one also up nicely, 13%. Pre-market actions got some volume, but again, another one to put down here, ALPN, for the risky pie and the low flow team. All right, let's get into some other stocks that are not low flow. AMC here, this one is up nicely, 13%. Quite a nice pop here for them in the double digits. Norm, any specific news on AMC this morning?
I mean, this is a reopening play, and they came out, I believe, either this morning or last night, said they're not going to require face masks. It's just really a reopening play. The stock's been beaten down. Obviously, nobody's been going to movies, so.
Yep. So again, worth watching, guys. We had a pop in here before, a nice gap up. We basically sold off. A few times we've done that already in this stock here, and then following day as well, continuation sells off. So let's see what we can get out of it, guys. Right now, starting to get going. I do like the pre-market action. I do like the potential that it has. We have some levels up here in most recent times that we can hit. So I want to keep that on there. MPC this morning they're up 9.1. Not a whole lot of volume, just 164,000. Pre-market's looking okay. Is this a foreign stock? It looks the daily
No,
looks
this is
no, it's not.
No, this is Marathon Petroleum.
Okay, so it is a petroleum company though. All right, so they tend to have a slightly weird looking type daily for the most part, but I see a lot of them are going to come up here now. I see Oxy is also here. I believe APA is another one as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is another mining company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Apache. Yeah. So the dailies look funky on these, especially recently because these are oil companies, and while they trade partially on company specific stuff, they're also related to the underlying value of the commodity,
Mm-hmm.
oil, natural gas, and such. So if those markets have been so volatile that you'll see gaps, and it's a lot of the
Yeah.
reason we see foreign stocks do the same thing. You have foreign exchange that changes overnight, and so the stock will gap up or down when it opens, and it's kind of the same phenomenon we're seeing here. It's just been more exaggerated now than recently. I'll mention MPC. Part of the reason it's on the list this morning, to the extent it is and as high as it is it is selling a business unit to try to raise some cash. So
Gotcha. So getting some comments here. So MPC is same as MRO as well. So if you look at MRO, also in that same category. Out of all these type of companies, the one I really like to watch, APA is good. It has done some pretty good moves and it moves well. But Oxy, man, Oxy's the one that really trades very clean. We've seen this one do some pretty cool stuff. So for me, this will be the one to watch this morning. I'll keep MPC on here for now, but Oxy's definitely on my list. Out of all of these, this one gets a good volume. It trades very well. Just got to be careful, even though it's not a whole. The spread is nice. It's very tight. There's nothing wrong with that. But you still want to be careful because sometimes you get these drops that are unexpected, more usual than you would like on a regular stock that we trade, like an AMD, like an Nvidia. You can have those drops, but this one can have it a little more often than not. So you still want to be cautious there. But I love the way this trade and how clean it is. Let's go down, back up. I'm sorry. We have SSL, also another one that's been very active on our list. It is a foreign stock, but this one keeps coming up here. Right now, pre-market action is not looking great. Very low volume, only 130. So we'll skip on that one. Nvax this morning, it is trading nicely in the pre-market, up 7.4, 181, and their daily has gotten a lot better because it was crappy before. But this daily is looking very nice, breaking out beautifully here. Yesterday hit these recent highs that we'd had around 60, and today we're up 7.4. So again, another one that got to watch your risk. And the float on this one is going to be 58. So it's not a low flow stock, but I'm going to put it down here because I just want to have it separate from the pile that I have because I know it could be a stock that is very difficult to trade. You want to manage your risk accordingly, but we cannot deny this is a great pre-market action and we got some good volume out of it right now. PENN this morning, they are up 6.6, 110. Daily looks good, guys. Let me see, we have 116 million, so that's all right. Yeah, this could be a possible. I like it. Let's put it on here. Not sure if there's any specific news to it, but pre-market's looking well. We're in an area. Go ahead.
Yeah, they just gave a business update. I mean, this is a reopening play. It's
Okay.
casinos, gambling. And I guess they came out and said that 30 of its 41 properties are reopened as of now. So kind of gave an update on what's going on there.
Got it. So guys, definitely want to have that on there. And again, we kind of cover everything that's in the double digits, and then we got some crazy digits up here in our gap risk list: 81, 80, 44. If you notice, all these crazy digits are all on low flow stock. And it's funny, I watched the post on, it was a Twitter or Instagram, where Jen Kramer was talking about how, these low flow companies are just popping up because younger people are just buying them just because of COVID and things that, they're at home. So they're looking to ways to just in what they think is investing when it's really not, right? Day trading is not investing. So you got to be careful to how to differentiate from the two of them, and how Robinhood is a big cost of that. And yesterday, Peter shared that story. No, we were talking about this in our chat, in our BBT chat with our moderators out, about that guy that committed suicide, right? Unfortunately, young kid, 20 or
Yeah.
21 years old. So guys, got to be careful with this stuff. Got to be really careful. You have to know what you're doing. That's why we always say you have to educate yourself first before you start trading and putting money into the market. And then when you do start doing that, you don't want to do it with these stocks, right? Because it's just so dangerous. With that said, guys, moving on down, we covered a lot on the top already. Let's look at what we have towards the bottom. I see already the airlines are coming in and the cruise lines. So let's take a look at those. But also APT is another one that just started ripping yesterday. This thing is also a low flow stock. At the close, just took off here. Obviously doing very well this morning, up 4% right now, 175. I'm not going to have it on my list because another one of those stocks I consider very risky, so I'm not going to watch it. But if you are, this one is definitely possible continuation after breaking out yesterday nicely. All right, let's get into our usual suspects. NCLH, let's see what they're up to this morning. They are up 4%. I love the consolidation we're seeing here, guys. So we're on top of this range, right? So before we did this massive pop and drop, you can see here how we set up a new high off this consolidation breakout, right? So we broke out of this one, we set a new high, then we did this craziness, came back down. And again, this level here, right where the price action is at, continues to be an important area for this stock, right around 20 bucks. So definitely want to have it on here. Pre-market has less volume than we're used to seeing. We've been seeing like 1.7, 2 million shares. This one only 700 today, which is not bad, but lower than usual. But again, I love the way this consolidating this morning, and we got some good pre-market action out of this one. The next one on the cruise lines, RCL, as usual. Again, I'm not going to watch this one. I prefer to watch either NCLH or CCL. CCL, let's take a look at the volume there. Let's get it over here. look at where CCR. Here we go. So CCR right now 617. Also very light on the volume. But again, I think NCOH today has a better day. It just looks cleaner to me. So I'm going to keep that one on instead of CCR. You can pick either one, as we always mention in this show. You cannot go wrong. Let's take a look at X today. X was funny yesterday, man. It was so choppy. I had it on my list, but the action was not clean at all. It was very, very choppy. Every time you had a breakout, it just didn't seem clean at all, and the moves were not that big. So today, I'm not going to have it on my list for a possible continuation. I think it's just too much of a choppy stock, and we know this from trading it before in the past. Let's take a look at some airlines now, guys. We have United here starting off. United, I love the way this is setting up. I'm sure all the airlines are going to look like this as well. You got the level here that we've been kind of holding as resistance. Now can become support. That previous day close. And we're up 2.9 with some volume, right? So United is good. Let's see what else we have here before we add United. American Airlines is good. I actually like American Airlines slightly better because the breakout could be a little more exciting because we're right below it on this level. The pre-market high looks like right here you have your pre-market high and the high for the last two trading days, or at least yesterday's trading day. No, actually the last two trading days. Yeah, this one here and this one here. So, and if you go back even further, you can see how many times we tested this level. So I do like AAL this morning to have on our list, aside from opposed to United. United is not bad neither, but I think American Airlines, if it gets from this, it can have a more explosive reaction if the SPY decides to move things up a bit here today. Delta, same thing, guys, slightly above like United, also a good one, decent volume there. All right, I'm not going to get through all this list. Obviously, we have a lot on here, so I want to get to what you guys have and what you're watching. But before we do that, here's Macy's. Again, it's up 2.6. Very bad pre-market action. And again, another one that doesn't trade very well for the most part. But yesterday had a beautiful breakout here. Nice retest of the moving averages and back up. So, but again, not going to put it on here this morning. Norm, what do you like today on your list?
Still digging, man. I woke up a little bit late, so once I have it, I'll post it or shout something out.
Yep, you got it, man. All right, so let's go to the chat, guys, see what you have. But before we do that, I want to share one more thing. Right about Roku yesterday. Was definitely the sleeper yesterday. Look at this, no pre-market action, and then just traded so well in here. So hopefully you guys took advantage of this trade. Again, I didn't have it on my list, and I'm not sure if it hit the scanners. It could have, but I definitely missed it. But this was nice. So possible continuation. I'm going to add this one today because their daily also looks amazing, guys. We're under 100,000. We're not up by much, just 1%. But the way this is setting up here in the daily, I really love what I'm seeing there. All right, let's take a look at what we have. SHLL, I see that on both chats. Let's see what's happening here. So right now, up 55%. Let's get the float on this. Where's my thing here? Let's move this over. Where's my trade ideas? Here we go. So SHLL, we have 15. So it's a low flow stock, guys. I'm not too excited about that.
This is a shell company as well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna acquire to bring them public. I haven't dug into this. This is the first time I've seen it, but this is kind of one of those deals like, what was it, DraftKings or Nikola?
Yeah.
I think both of them. The company is public, and then they acquire that other company instead of a traditional IPO. So.
Yeah, that does not sound like great news to day trade anyway. So again, I love the pop, guys. This looks exciting, 55%, and it can have some movement here, but not really the type of stuff that I'm gonna be looking to even short, right? Even for a short, you think, okay, doesn't make sense. It's gonna come back down. Are you gonna hold on a pullback for $2 or so? I mean, and then if you want to take less shares, you're gonna take what, 25 shares, and it's just not worth it, right? So we gotta stick to our niche here. Let's look at Microsoft. I see that also on both chats. Microsoft this morning. Let's take a look at what we have here. Wow, this is nice. And also, we were talking about this earlier with Mike early in the pre-market. One of our moderators here. And again, you can see how beautiful this looks. So definitely looks great on the daily. Making a new all-time high today, right? Yeah. I believe so. Yes, we are. So Microsoft is good, guys. I like this one. I see Apple. So I love it. You guys are all calling out. Both chats are calling out almost the same stocks here. So that's good. We're all looking for the same thing, which is great. So Apple here. Let's see what we have. Also looking very good on this daily. But aside from the daily looking great, guys, the pre-market action. Look how great that's building up right now. I really like what I'm seeing here. We're testing this pre-market high one more time. Let's see if we're going to break out. We got some really good volume on Apple. Let's put it on here. It's great to see these companies doing so well during this time. So that's good. Creates opportunities for us. Let's look at, excuse me, guys, I mute this. American Airlines got an upgrade. Oh, nice. Was not aware of that. But again, they look good on the daily technicals and everything. So let's see if we can if that kind of news can push this up. What was their upgrade to, if you don't mind sending us that info? That'd be great. BA also moves great with the airlines. Let's see what we have on BA right over here. Yeah, great pre-market action, good volume too on BA. So BA is good, guys. I know we have a lot of airline stuff here. Actually, not much, just two, American and BA, so that's not bad. But BA looks good. Great pre-market action. Also, again, a lot of airlines is kind of above or below this level that we created a couple of days ago, right? A great area of resistance that can now be support. That's your low of the pre-market, and a beautiful breakout opportunity here if we can get above this pre-market high now and the high from 2 days ago. The high from the last 2 days is right on there. So BA is good, guys. Is SQ still ripping higher? Yes, it is. Not the best pre-market action right now. And then again, this one trades a little bit different. Not really my style, but I know a lot of you guys love this one. I'm going to add it on here. We'll look at it. Work. Okay, let's see. Work here. Work has some volume. It is down today. My problem with work, man, I have had a tough time understanding how work trades. Again, didn't do much yesterday.
Yeah, it can be tough to trade. It
Right?
tends to be choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got a downgrade this morning. That's the reason it's on there, but I don't know that I'll have it on my list.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yesterday, people were talking about it, and it traded great yesterday. Like, this is great trading without looking at the actual price action. The volume seems a little low, so I'm not sure how I actually traded. But it's one of those stocks, man, that I struggle to read the price action. So I might not keep it on my list, but we'll keep it on here. Spot was amazing yesterday. We talked about this in the pre-market, the possible breakout, and it did just that, guys. Beautiful pop here. It just traded very well. If I was not in KR, I would have definitely been trading this one because it traded so clean. Today, a possible continuation. I just, after such a big gap up, and not just a big gap up, holding strong here for the entire day, guys. So this is good,
Yeah,
a good
okay.
sign. Yeah, this stock is really strong, and again, I'm sure anybody's short here. I'm sure there's some short squeezes happening here as well. And today, if anybody's still bag holding them, they're not doing well this morning. Up 3%, almost 100,000 here. So spot is a good one too. All right, guys, we are running quickly out of time. One more, Nvidia, and then we'll see what our YouTube friends have for us. Nvidia's daily looks interesting. The pre-market, not so much. The volume is light. But this is a type of stock you want to see hit your scanners this morning. If it can get going here with some good volume. So we do have the high of day scanner, I believe. We do have the turbo breakups, the one I like the most. If this one hits that turbo breakup, I would love to see it break out of here and push towards this level we have. So I'm not going to put it on my list, guys. But again, this is one that if it hits the scanners, you want to keep a note of this one here, of this ticker. All right, let's look at our YouTube chat. A lot of you guys have called out the same stock, so we're going to skip through some of these. Let's look at AMD. AMD this morning. AMD has been very choppy. This is a horrible daily, but the intraday has been great. This morning, very light volume. I'm not seeing a whole lot on AMD here, and it can go either way. Really, it's kind of getting into a point here, a pregnant. I mean, it's just. I'm not sure what to expect out of AMD, really. And the volume is just not all that great right now. Not saying that it cannot get better, not saying that it cannot break out and trade very well, but for the most part, I'm putting this one to the side for now. Spot we do have, so Spot is right on here. Again, we just talked about that one. That was a good one. JBL had earnings, or is having earnings. What's the news on JBL?
Jable?
Yep.
Yeah, they had earnings this morning.
Oh, they did?
Jables can trade well at times. I've found it can be difficult though some days too. So you really got to watch it. They did have earnings, so we'll see how it goes. I have not had a chance to dig into that yet.
Yeah. So they had a little pop here, and also you could tell.
Yeah,
You could tell.
they beat their top and bottom line. I know that much, but I haven't been able to see by how much or anything. So
Yeah. And you could tell by their daily, even though it has a nice, following here in the daily, obviously doing pretty much what the SPY has been doing overall, the market, you could tell the choppiness, right? Look how these candles are being formed. And one thing I also look at that for me is an indicator of something might not trade too well, it's the volume, right? So for the entire day, this stock trades only 2 million shares, right? Even when it makes big moves like this. So that type of volume, you usually are not getting a nice flow of the price action. You're not getting a nice read on the level two. It's not going to be like an AMD or like the stocks that have been in play. And stocks like Apple, guys, like, I'm sorry, not Apple, American Airlines, United, NCLH, although they don't have their own catalyst, they have been in play because of just the sheer volume, volatility, and the way they're following the SPY. So we had a great question yesterday in the chat room once we finished on our stream here, about how can they tell what stocks to watch that are moving independently from the market. And again, those are great stocks to watch because you can, for example, work today is down 3.3%. This is independent of the market. They have their own news going, but that does not mean that that's the only stock you can watch today, right? Sometimes stocks that are moving with the market can provide some really good opportunity with no news or catalyst at all, especially when the market is so volatile. So that's something to keep in mind. Brian is pointing out APT, so he likes that one this morning. So we'll see what he's. Let's see APT. Oops, APT. What we got here? So Brian likes this one. He'll be watching that one. See what we can get out of it. Again, the daily looks amazing, guys, but just be very careful with this one. All right, guys, we got a pretty decent list. COHN. I see that one being thrown out a couple of times here. Again, another one that's very exciting. 145% up this morning. It is ripping here, about to go to 20. Not going to get halted because it's pre-market. But again, do you want to? Well, how are you going to play this, right? How will we play this? Like, let's say we want to take a trade here. What are we looking for? What is your strategy? What is your edge? So before you take any trade, you always want to answer, what strategy am I trading? Where's my stop loss and what's my target? And if you cannot answer those three things, and then once you figure out what your target is going to be, if you don't have a good risk to reward, if you cannot answer those three things very clearly, you don't take the trade. And most time when I look at these type of stocks, my risk to reward is horrible. I don't know what strategy I'm trading, so I just avoid it. Someone mentioned the strategy will be casino roulette. Samuel, that's very good. All right, guys, we got a pretty good list, very active this morning. Let's take a look at what we have here as announcements, and we'll come back and do some support and resistance.
Yeah, guys. So I believe Peter's amazing presentation from Wednesday night on trading his double top, double bottom strategy is up. Check that out. Next week, we've got Thor talking about how he uses volume and price to analyze his trades and entries, targets, and such, and how it has helped him become a very successful trader. As far as psychology goes, next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m., we've got Module 5, Mike B. be talking about mental resilience for trading. Take it from a 23-year Marine veteran to learn about mental resilience. Can't get much better resource than that. Let's see here. If you're watching us on YouTube, haven't been in the chat, you'd like to give it a try, you can do so for a discount. Use the promo code PREMARKET24, and that'll give you 7 calendar days in the chat, 5 business days, trading days, and that includes the Monday night onboarding class that Carlos does every single week. Also, if you're either looking to upgrade your membership or become a lifetime member, you can get 40% off right now. Use the promo code INDEPENDENCE40 at checkout. That'll take 40% off the one-time payment on the lifetime membership. Just reminding that we have our Bear Bull Traders podcast. Search Talk with Traders on any of your favorite podcast platforms to find it and subscribe. And speaking of Mike, Joy, and Peter, join him, Peter, Brian, 3:30 to 4 p.m., 4:15 p.m. on YouTube. It is Friday, so it'll probably get a little wacky, if you will. God knows what they'll be wearing today. And check them out this afternoon on YouTube. That's a simulcast of our chat room, the closing bell. Each and every day they've been doing it while we've been in this pandemic. And speaking of Brian, with his market expertise, I did mention at the beginning, if he wants to hop on, if he's available, it would be awesome. Maybe we can chat about this for just a minute before Carlos gets into levels.
Yes, we got
Today
time.
is Quad Witching. Today is Quad Witching, which means it is the third Friday of the final month of a quarter. And you've got futures and options contracts expiring later today. So a number of people are asking, how do you trade that? What can you expect? I don't know that you can expect anything except for sometimes you get into some very weird trading that you wouldn't expect. You'll see prices pegged at certain levels and stocks not wanting to move from that. Brian, thoughts?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you've got a bunch of, on these quad witching days, you've got people doing arbitrages between, stocks and futures and stocks and options. So you tend to get a little bit more volatility during this day. So a lot more movement. I don't know that there's any way that I don't know of any strategy to play this. You just got to be aware that there's going to be there could be a little bit more volatility today, and some some moves that maybe all of a sudden just happen that you can't figure out why. But of course, you can say that about some of the moves we've had all week. So
that's just kind of
anyway
in the last 3 or 4 months, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So could be a little more volatile than the usual Friday. Just watch for that.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian.
Excellent. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate
and enjoy that tequila, sir.
Yes.
I am. Okay, I gotta get the blood flowing.
It's Friday.
Absolutely. All right, guys, let's get to it. So here's our list we're watching right now. So let's see what we are going to keep here. So AMC, AMC is dropping down now. Last time we looked at it, didn't look this good. It looks good now. I like the way that we're forming this here. So might be worth taking a look at, guys. Let's see if we can continue to drop here. MPC, I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to watch Oxy. I like Oxy better. You can see already the better pre-market activity we're having here, better pre-market range as far as movement also, right, and volume. So I'm going to remove this one. I'll keep Oxy today. PENN also looking great, guys. I like the pre-market action. That's good, up 6.7. NCLH giving some back here this morning. That's good, sitting right at this level. I like that one. American Airlines, nice drop here on American Airlines. What's happening with this one? So love what's going on here. We'll keep an eye on that. Some good volume coming in now for someone really dumped their shares here. Here's Roku. Roku is so-so. It's a good possible continuation. So I'm going to move it down just to make room for some other ones that are looking better. But Roku could be one. It could be a sleeper like it was yesterday, guys. Big day yesterday for them. Microsoft is good. Possible break of newer highs here. Already doing all-time highs. Apple also nice pre-market action. BA looks good. And then Spot I'm going to put next to Roku. I think these two are some really good possibles this morning. They had a big day. Both had a big day yesterday, and possible continuation today that can keep going. So we got a very nice list. All right, let's start from the top. So AMC right now giving some back. High of the pre-market sitting at a 644. The low of the pre-market sitting over around $6. So again, you got a nice little range here, 40 cents or so. Not a lot, but again, it's a $6 stock, so that's not bad. As far as above the pre-market high, you do have a level here, 685, and then all the way up here, 731. Daily looks okay. Doesn't look all that great. I like the fact that we're breaking out of here. We're kind of coming back into the congested area, so we'll see. Might not make our final list, but for right now, it's okay. Oxy, guys, big drop on Oxy. Is a SPY dropping? I see Oxy's dropping. American Airlines is dropping nice too over the last couple of minutes. We do have Oxy here up 20, high of the pre-market 20.99. That's the high of the pre-market, and then towards the bottom, the low is pretty much sitting at the highs from yesterday, so I'm not going to mark that down, right? This line here is the high from yesterday. It's pretty much got you covered. And then towards the bottom, previous day close, last two trading days low, and then all the way down here, 1705, a great level. But before we get to that one, we do have one here at 1787. Again, I don't think we'll have that swing down there, but we're ready if it does. So above the pre-market high, we do have a level here, 2219, several days touching on that, opening as well around that area. PENN dropping also here. Let's remove some levels, get some fresh ones. High of the pre-market sitting at 34.15, so that's good. If we could break out of this area, I love the daily here. If we can break out, we have some room to run here. And the next main level, we have several main levels. This one here, 36, another one here at 37.77, and also 40.06. So again, nice little area here if we can get going. Minor level, another one here, so at 35.29. You might see something there also, but again, I love what we're seeing here on PENN. again, the pre-market action is okay. What we need here is a little bit of more volume. So we'll see if we can get that as we get closer to 9:30. NCLH also taking a bit of a drop here, low of the pre-market, slightly above the previous day close, sitting around 1950. So I'm going to mark that down right in here. And then the high is basically the high from the last 2 trading days, having a really tough time getting above this. Same thing today. We tested that area a few times. I have not been able to get above that. So if we are able to break out, we do have a level here at 2058. This one here is not really a major level, but we have the closing of this day right over here at 2095. Again, that's not a level where you want to put a whole, bet too much on that, but you want to have that on there just in case you're going to get some type of rejection or change in direction. Here you have 2249 as well. Great area opening, closing here, opening here, dropping, and also opening here and dropping again. So that 2250 definitely means something to this stock. And then above that, guys, obviously 2426, another one here, 25, and just because it's so obvious, 2687. But I don't think there's going to be that type of day today. American Airlines taking even a bigger drop, guys, down to 1678 here. So again, giving some points back this morning. Low of the pre-market, let's find it here. We're sitting at a 1670, so right in here, 1670. And then aside from that, you're stuck between the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, very similar to what we saw with NCLH. Again, you have this level here, which has been a great area of resistance. This 1703, guys. Look how many times we have tested at 1, 2, 3, 4 in the last couple of days. So again, a very strong area there to get above. If we can squeeze above that or go higher, we do have 1771. You got an opening day here and also a bounce from here and a bounce from here, and then above that you have 1841 as some good levels on American Airlines. Here's Microsoft, again, continues to just rip higher, guys. Look at the daily over the last couple of days. You have some consolidation, but this thing has done just incredible in recent times. Right now, price action is sitting right at the high from the most recent high, which was slightly here at around 198.54. So I'm going to mark that down. I know the high of the pre-market is a little higher than that, but I think that can be an important level right now. We're kind of playing around with it. It became resistance early in the pre-market. Now it's becoming support. Can we hold that, or are we going to drop from that? And then below that, guys, as Norm mentioned, you are pretty much covered. Highs and lows got you taken care of there. That is going to be I got to get a shirt or a stamp that says that there. Low of the pre-market 197, just in case we find some support. On Apple, guys, also doing very well this morning. All-time highs sitting at a 355.70. Norm, can you believe Apple is this high? Because
no, it's amazing.
Remember when we used to have a little more time in the pre-market show before we had a gappers list that was, 40 tickers. We used to have the Norm's top 4, and this is one of your stocks that you watch very, very closely, and it's just incredible what it's doing now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to keep an eye on this one, guys. Again, testing this all-time high here, at the moment, but we do have previous day close, highs and lows right there, creating a beautiful support area for Apple. So we'll see what comes out of that. And here's BA, another one that, again, BA's pre-market action continues to impress me every single day, guys. They trade very, very well. It's all about, can they carry that over into the market open? So another one similar to American Airlines, NCLH. These stocks have all been trading very similar. You do have the last 2 days, this is the high they've been struggling to get above, right? So here for a BA is going to be around that 200, 198 area. If we can squeeze above that, if the market is going to head in that direction, it's going to help it for sure. 207.46 is up there. We also have another level up here around a 219. Plenty towards the bottom, highs and lows, and some other levels we placed here before. 175 and 165 also got you taken care of. Some good possibles this morning. Spot. I have this one on here, guys. I want to see this, this is getting a lot better now, getting more volume. So I like this one. Might replace my AMC. Who knows? What's AMC up to? Yeah, might replace my AMC. And here's Roku, also starting to get a little bit more volume as well. 2 good ones. The rest are just possibles for right now, guys. Not looking all that great, and work is looking good because it's dropping. It's kind of going against the market today, but the issue with this stock is how difficult I find it to trade sometimes. Low of the pre-market at 32.54, and then you're stuck between a lot of levels right now. So let's see what it's going to do as finding some support or resistance here. Guys, that is what we have. Norm, what do you like this morning aside from what we have already?
I'm trying to see if I have anything different. DKNG might be interesting. They had that secondary offering. It priced at 40. It's hanging out just above that. I'll see if it happens to move.
Wait, which one's that one,
It's
Norm? I
kind of, I
missed
mean,
it.
it's Donkey Kong, DKNG, DraftKings. See if it does anything. It's a secondary.
Okay, yep. Pre-market is very active, 1.5 right now. And again, the daily, although we don't have a lot of history on it, it looks interesting. It does look very interesting here, especially where the previous day close is at right now. So let's see what that does. All right, let's take a look at what our moderators are watching. So Brian, thank you for joining us on earlier. Hopefully we could do that again more often. Here's work. He's watching SQ U1K, so he's watching that one. And again, that one's very risky, guys, so be careful. CCL and also American Airlines. American Airlines is really good today. Peter's watching Microsoft, AMD, NCLH. His secondary list is going to be AMC, CCL, American Airlines, Oxy, Work, and IMRN. And he's noting that that is a low flow stock, so just be aware. So Jared is our options guy, options expert. So he's got a whole lot of messages here. I'm not gonna read to you guys, but if you guys are in the chat room, you can see what he's looking at in very much detail in regards to options and possible plays today. But his candidates are Oxy, continuation play there. BA, he likes that one for possible wedge play. Microsoft at all-time highs. I do have that one also. That looks good. And AMD as well. If it can rally its move. I'm not sure what that means. Really move. Excuse me. Really move. All right, so let's look at Thor. He's watching Microsoft and also American Airlines. So he's not too excited about much on his end. So he's just two stocks for Thor this morning.
It's pretty normal for Thor.
Yeah. If Thor watches 4-6 stocks, something's up. So, all right, guys, I am excited about this Friday. Looking forward to see how things are going to end up. Let's just take a look at the SPY, see what we got going on there right now. Are we getting a little bit of a drop? Because I see some things are kind of pushing down a little bit. Not sure if that's what's causing it. No, SPY is looking good. SPY is strong. Looks like it wants to break out here right now. So let's see how these stocks are going to react. American Airlines, NCLH, these are stocks that really follow whatever the SPY does. BA as well. So again, we'll see if we can get some good trading today. Guys, thank you so much for joining us in the pre-market show this morning. We appreciate it. We know you have options, but we appreciate you guys sticking around with us and getting together to prepare for the market open. And as usual, it is Friday. So first of all, it's a special Friday because one, I'm extremely happy that school is over, at least for my district. So I'm happy about that. No more homeschooling. I can go back to my regular life. And yes,
I started that on Monday, and it's been amazing.
Oh yeah, the schooling.
I love my son. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love my son, and it's been a lot of fun. I mean, these last 3.5 months or whatever, we've been able to do all kinds of stuff together. But man, is it hard to get stuff done with a 3-year-old running around the house all day long.
Oh man, well for me it's just been getting my daughter to focus. You know, she's 6 years old. She's used to being in school, and to get her to sit down and go through a subject, it's like it's brain surgery, right? So
Yeah.
I'm happy that's over, and we can go back to normal now. So all right, guys. Again, it's Friday. Trade safe. Happy Father's Day weekend. So make sure you take care of your dads and send them some good messages this weekend. And we will see you guys 3:30 today for the market close.
Take care, guys. Trade safe. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.